Our country is now in an age of progression and growth, an age of positive change for the good of the people. These changes start small, with a few key advocates pushing a seemingly crazy idea into people's minds, and progress into state-level laws being passed. These ideas eventually conclude on the federal level, providing change across the nation. Today, I am arguing that a small idea turned into a larger change. I propose that recreational marijuana be legalized on the federal level. The legalization of this harmless drug is causing a lot of problems today, namely a waste in resources, a contribution to systematic racism and discrimination in our country, and an unhealthy impact on the war on drugs. But let's take this situation on one problem at a time. Number 1, a waste in resources. Every year, over 1,300 people are arrested for marijuana-related crimes, making up nearly 10% of all drug-related arrests on the federal level. Of these arrests, an estimated 75% are simply for possession. According to the Federal Registrar, it costs an average of $35,000 to house a single inmate for a year. This means that every year the United States is wasting millions of dollars incarcerating citizens for a crime that is legal in 11 states today. In addition, these incarcerated citizens are taking up space in our chronically overpopulated prisons and wasting the time of police officials. Let's move on to the second issue. Illegalization of marijuana is being used as an outlet for systematic racism and discrimination. Convicted marijuana offenders have been shown to be disproportionately Hispanic. Of the 1,300 federal marijuana arrests made every year, 67.6% of them are Hispanic individuals. Being that these people make up only 12.5% of the U.S. population, it is not much of a stretch to say that this is discriminatory. According to ACLU, people of color are 3 times more likely to face a possession charge than their white counterparts. The final issue is the contribution marijuana has to the war on drugs. The war on drugs is a very harmful initiative. It has been shown to increase drug-related crime and villainizes addicts. The war on drugs targets marijuana disproportionately due to the amount of drug arrests attributed to it. Legalizing recreational marijuana is the answer to all these problems. If we were to allow this drug to be used legally throughout the country, we would see great economic benefits, decreased opportunity for discrimination, and a possible end to the war on drugs. Let's take a deeper look and see how these issues could be solved. Number 1, addressing the first issue of excessive money and resources being put towards stopping the use of this drug. Not only would legalizing recreational marijuana help put a stop to overpopulation in prisons, save the country millions of dollars due to less inmate housing, and allow public officials more crucial time, but it would also provide a new source of possible taxation for the government. Introduction of a marijuana tax would make the country millions of dollars a year. This would benefit the economy greatly. This tax, paired with the savings mentioned above, create a huge opportunity for increased wealth in the U.S. It is clear that marijuana legalization is being used as a source for discrimination. This could not occur if marijuana was in fact legal. Cutting off this resource for racism is a step in the right direction for a country, which has historically taken advantage of minorities for centuries. Any change we can make to stop this is a positive one. Legalizing marijuana would put a necessary stop to this pathway of discrimination and aid in an overall decrease in systematic racism present in our country. Marijuana legalization also seeks to end the war on drugs. If every drug were legal, drug use would decrease, HIV rates would go down, and drug deaths would take a cut as well. This starts with marijuana, which, despite popular opinion, is incomparable to almost any other drug, as its complications do not begin to touch those of opioids or other stimulants. Marijuana legalization has been shown to contribute to a decrease in opioid use and help with addiction. Ending the war on drugs is a key step towards ending the drug epidemic in the U.S. If marijuana can help us do this, then it should be unquestionably legalized. There is an argument that recreational marijuana should not be legalized because it can cause a rise in intoxicated driving rates. This is a legitimate concern. However, marijuana legalization can be handled to help reduce inevitable influx of initial DUIs. Similar to legalization of alcohol, legalization of marijuana could potentially create an increased rate of intoxicated driving. Despite this, with education implemented in driver's ed courses and laws in place that strictly limit availability in regards to driving, this could be prevented. While the DUI rates could see an initial rise, our country is prepared to deal with it. And when compared to positive outcomes legalization would initiate, this is no reason to prevent legalization. At the end of the day, marijuana legalization would help make the people feel heard, helping the government. According to Gallup polls, 64% of Americans are in favor of marijuana legalization, meaning legalization of the drug could increase public satisfaction. Today we concluded that legalization of recreational marijuana on the federal level would benefit the economy, close a pathway for discrimination, and help end the war on drugs. Despite preventable concerns, it is in the best interest of the country to legalize this drug and make what was once a small idea into a great change. With the right limitations in place, marijuana legalization could benefit the economy, government, and public, ending the war on drugs and giving more freedom to our population. Today, I propose that we do legalize marijuana and end the money leeching, discrimination, and war on drugs our country is facing today. Thank you.